the hint of graham cracker, the squishiness of the marshmallow, and definitely chocolate. I gotta take another bite. Hey, hi, I'm Amy Roloff and I'm in my little kitchen. So what are we gonna do? Well, what are we gonna bake or cook today? So thank you for tuning in. You know, we're in 2022 already, and I will have to admit, it has been a rough start for me getting into the new year. I'm not sure why. Everything is going good, but maybe it's just all the stuff going on around me in the outside and the news and everything, but I've had a little bit hard time getting going and motivated this year. So I think being in my kitchen is my happy place, the place I love, because I cook with a lot of heart, and this is what I like to do, and I like to hospitality, and I like to bake or cook for other people. Obviously my husband Chris and things like that. And so I wanted to come up with something fun, and I think this is going to be a fun recipe. It is called s'more cookies. So it's kind of basically a takeoff from, you know, chocolate chip cookies. So if you have a chocolate chip cookie recipe, you can maybe, you know, do that with it and just add the graham crackers, marshmallows, and chocolate chips, and milk chocolate, and I've got bar chocolate here. We got all sorts of stuff going on. But anyway, this is going to be some more chocolate cookies, or some more cookies. Some more cookies. That's a good one. More cookies. Some more cookies. Everyone knows me as like the Cookie Monster anyway, so I made this a little bit ago, and I loved it. Oh, I so loved it. In fact, I made it for Super Bowl. And so I wanted to recreate this again. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys will, you know, do this recipe, and maybe it'll put a smile on your face. Think of summer, think of warmer weather, or especially if you're in that cold, frigid area of the country. But anyway, so let's get going. We're gonna make some more cookies because it makes me happy and it puts a smile on my face. So this is my cook-off to a better year. So like I said, basically this is kind of like a takeoff from chocolate chip cookies. But we're gonna pretend that we're making s'mores, and it's gonna be in cookie form. Well, I waited too long because I melted this butter, and now all the milk products and salt products, but I think it'll still work. I decided to melt the butter because that's what I did last time, and I tell you, they turned out so good. So we're gonna blend up 2 sticks of butter, so that'd be like 1 cup. And I'm gonna make sure all that butter is out of my bowl. I have my oven heated at 357. So just put that over there. Just mix this up a little bit. Get it all whipped up. Oh, so good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get a glass bowl so y'all can see what's happening in here. Okay, I'm gonna bring my sugars in here. I've got 1 cup of brown sugar, creates great flavor, and only a 1/2 cup of regular sugar. I think brown sugar will create a little more moisture in it, keep them soft and chewy, but hopefully a little crispy on the edge. Get this spoon over here. I'm just gonna mash that up. I just want the sugar combined so it gets evenly distributed. Okay. Get some of those bigger lumps out. Well, the mixer will do it too, but. Okay, so we're gonna dump the sugar in, continue mixing. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to get the vanilla. I'll be back. gonna, not sure why it's making that noise. So we're gonna beat it until it's kind of the butter and the sugars are nicely incorporated and a little fluffy. Because once we get the flour in there and we start folding in the other ingredients, you don't want to overmix your cookie dough. I'm just going to add in a little bit of vanilla. I don't know, about a teaspoon. I'm going to go get a spatula so I can scrape down the sides. See, it's mixing, but see how the dough stays on the sides? So I'm just gonna turn that off. Normally I wouldn't, but with two hands here, it'll be easier. So I just wanna scrape it down the sides and just make sure the sides get incorporated as well. Sorry, I got my big hand in there. But anyway, and then we'll just scrape it off the, kind of the spatula scraper there. And then we're gonna start it up again. I'm gonna do one egg at a time. You know what I've learned over time, for me? It's better to, instead of cracking your egg on here, where I think, I can't remember which way, the shells have a tendency to either go in your bowl that you're mixing the egg in, or if you smash it on the counter. But anyway, I smashed it on the counter. That seems to work better for me. Either way works. But to be really safe is to crack an egg in a bowl. That way if you do have any shells, it's easier to get it out instead of going through the dough. Okay, we're just gonna, I'm gonna scrape down the sides again, make sure all of the egg, we've got the vanilla in there. You know, here I think I get all my ingredients together for y'all. And I forgot the baking soda and baking powder, I think. Oh no, baking soda and cornstarch. I'm using cornstarch in this one because that'll create a softness and chewiness as well. And that's really what I want for these s'more cookies. I want you to be able to bite into the marshmallow and it's still soft, and the chocolate, and just have a hint of the crunch of the graham crackers. So I'm gonna go get, I think it's a half a teaspoon of cornstarch and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Or maybe it's 1 of each. Here. Yes, 1 teaspoon of each. 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. Hi, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you are enjoying it, and I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed to it. And oh, don't forget to click that little bell up there and you'll be notified of future videos that are new and coming on my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for that. And I would really appreciate it if you shared the video and let other people know, and encourage them to subscribe and like the videos as well. So anyway, thank you, and back to the video. Okay, I'm gonna just put this right in the flour. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, and we're gonna add in a little bit of salt. If you're using salted butter, just add a little, just a dash of salt in your flour mixture. But if you're using unsalted butter, I would probably go in and add maybe a teaspoon, because you may want to sprinkle just a little bit of salt once the cookies are all done baking. So I'm just gonna add in a little bit of salt here. Use that same spoon that I did the cornstarch. Just gonna stir that up a little bit. rest of this stuff off. I'm a big fan of getting every little last bit. Scraping it off the scraper. Okay, here we go. Okay, do I have everything? The eggs, the vanilla, the butter, the sugars. I think I got it all. Okay. Whoa. I'm just gonna kind of scoop in the flour. So that way I don't get it all over the place. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna stop it again. Let me get another spatula. I'm gonna stop it again so I can scrape it. My spatula dropped on the floor. That's what happens when you got such short arms. You need everything like right here that either my arms bump into it or who knows what. Okay. So we got the batter all mixed in. Just gonna get everything off the paddle here. The mixing paddle, make sure I get all. Because I tell you, if you don't get all of this off, you're probably missing at least the makings of one small cookie. Okay, there we go. I know this may seem boring, but I like to get everything off. Just gonna put that in this bowl here. Okay. Yeah, I have about 1 cup of chocolate chips, and I use either semi-sweet or dark chocolate because I really like that flavor. So we probably have dark chocolate chips here, and then I'm using semi-sweet, at least 1 bar. So I'm gonna dump in 1 cup of chocolate chips. Let me see here, let's dump this in here. And I think it's 1 cup of marshmallows. Let me check here. 1 cup of chocolate chips, 1 cup of marshmallows, and you can go 1.5, maybe 2. There we go. And then I have about 1 cup of graham crackers. I think I'm gonna use 2. So these are about 9 graham crackers, 1 package. And you know, you can back it off and maybe save the one whole graham cracker, because we're gonna save some of the graham crackers and marshmallows, because we're gonna dab them into the cookie so you still have that nice soft marshmallow. Anyway, let me get rid of this. I'm gonna cut up the bar chocolate, which is the semi-sweet. Just break this, little chunks. Okay. I don't want them in, you know, totally small pieces, but definitely small enough to be in a cookie. Oops, I keep going into my milk chocolate there. And the milk chocolate, like a candy bar milk chocolate, just plain regular milk chocolate. That is what I'm gonna stick into the cookie after they have partially baked, because then you get that nice s'more taste. This just has a few more ingredients, but I really liked using the melted butter into this recipe. I don't know why it almost makes me think I should make all my chocolate chip cookies that way. Even my recipe. In fact, you can find all my recipes over on my YouTube channel. I'd love for you guys to follow me and or subscribe to it. We're gonna kind of come up with some other stuff for that. Anyway, I really like how, the reason I brought that up is because my cookies, everything but the kitchen sink, I think melted butter would do well in that as well. See, like I don't want this big piece in there. I just want enough of the chocolate to be able to melt. Just want to make sure I get them all. So I'm just really looking for some of what I think are bigger pieces. Tell you the truth, I was hoping to get some more recipes done, but since I'm doing this in my home, obviously this is my little kitchen. Okay, I'll admit, I got caught up on a show on Netflix. I don't know what it is. Chris right now is at poker with the boys, so I'm watching one of the shows that I may like to watch. Okay, I think I've got them all. Small enough, I think. So I'm gonna add these in here. Oops. And so we have our ingredients all in there. And then I am going to get my little stool over here because this bowl is up high and I can stir much better. So I'm just going to gently fold in the chocolate chips, the graham crackers, and the mini marshmallows. And just make sure all of that stuff is kind of coated in the dough. And while these are cooking, I've got a few graham crackers left in here, but I think I'll need another one or two because I'm gonna stick a little piece of graham cracker chocolate and marshmallow on top of the cookie. Now, when I made these the last time, I baked them for about 5 minutes, 375 degrees. I have my oven preheated. I baked them for 5 minutes, took them out, added a graham cracker marshmallow and a piece of the chocolate bar, couple of pieces to the cookie, put them in there for another few minutes, and I was so proud of myself, you guys, because I did not make these cookie like crispy. I really like crunchy, crispy cookies, but I did not think this warranted that. So anyway, okay, we'll get to making cookies. So here's my dough, my s'more cookie dough, and so I just gently folded this in, and so we're all ready to make cookies. Okay, so I'm just gonna take like a tablespoon. If you guys want, you can use, one of those like cookie scoopers. I don't know why I have never gotten a habit of doing that. The cookie dough just seems to stick to it for me. So I'm just gonna kind of just create some big mounds here. And we'll have to do this in a couple of batches. Make sure you spread them out enough because the cookies will spread a little bit. And you definitely don't want these cookies running into each other. We're just gonna do some little big mounds here. Oh dear. I think I have that one a little too close. So I'm just gonna try and scoot this a little bit so I can create some room for that one. Okay, there we go. Okay. There we go. So we're gonna stick these little morsels, cook them for about 5 minutes. Then I'll take them out and then I'll show you what we're gonna do. Okay, so 5 minutes, all right. So I've got some marshmallows here. I'm gonna go ahead and break up another graham cracker in just like big chunks. Yeah, that'll be good. You don't want them too big because you don't want them bigger than the cookie. You want them to be able to finish cooking up with the cookie. Better wipe off my hands. Still got the cookie dough all over it. Okay, and then I'm just gonna break up these little pieces here of the candy bar, milk chocolate candy bar. And I'm just gonna cut them in half because I think one of the pieces is a little too big. You wanna be able to get a little bit of the graham cracker, a little bit of the marshmallow, and a little bit of the chocolate, and of course the cookie. And then you feel like you're having a s'more. So I'm gonna finish cutting this up, waiting for about another 5 minutes, and I'll show you how I guess, put them in there. And I guess if you wanted to use a different kind of chocolate, you could. And if you wanted to use more of a chocolate bar instead of the chocolate chips, you can do that as well. I think it's always good to have something that's milk chocolate in there because milk chocolate, I think, melts very nicely. And I do have another. So I used one. I think it was one. Yeah, I think it was one. I think. Oh, you know what? Maybe it was 2. I think I used 2 milk chocolate. 2 milk chocolate bars. I thought I only used 1. So I chopped up 2. I may or may not need them, but I chopped up 2. Okay, we'll wait till the cookies are done. Okay, we're gonna take the cookies out of the oven. And what I do here is sometimes the marshmallow will spread And I'll just scoot them in just a little bit, just so the cookie stays together. There we go. So what I'm gonna do now is put 2 milk chocolate chips in each cookie so they have a chance to melt. Then I'm going to put in at least a marshmallow, 2 little marshmallows, or 3, depending on how big you make your cookies. Oops. And you want to do this kind of quickly so that you don't cool down the cookies too much. And you know, however many graham crackers you want to do, 1 or 2. Okay. Then we're going to put these back in for about 3 more minutes and they will be done. And I think that'll be enough time. Whoa, boy, they almost slid off. That'll be enough time for the chocolate that we just put in, the milk chocolate, to melt, and maybe the marshmallow to get a little toasty. If you really want that, then I would switch it to a broiler and do it that way. But you'd have to put it in another oven because by the time it takes to heat and all that other stuff. Or if you had one of those torches, you could use, you know, like a cooking torch and brown the marshmallows that way. But usually when I put the cookies back in the oven, the chocolate has melted, the graham cracker is still crunchy, and the marshmallows just have a hint of brown over that. So in about 3 minutes, I'll be getting them out. Okay, I just took these cookies, some more cookies, out of the oven, and I'm gonna wait till they cool before I remove them and make some more. Okay, I took my last batch out of the oven. Look at them. Some more cookies. They look so, so good. And I'm gonna share these probably with Jacob and Isabel, bring some over to their house, because if not, since I did say I was the cookie monster, I would probably eat this whole thing in one day, one evening. I don't know. That would not be good, not good at all. So I think I'm gonna share these with Jacob and Isabel, and then maybe with Jeremy and Audrey and family. So anyway, so I'm sure you're gonna wanna know how well they actually do taste. Look at that. Oh man, they're just soft and chewy. The hint of graham cracker, the squishiness of the marshmallow, and definitely chocolate. I gotta take another bite. You know what? You can almost put more graham crackers and marshmallows in this. Anyway, these are my s'more cookies, the recipe, and this video will be on my YouTube channel, so check it out, Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. I'd love for you to sign up, subscribe, whatever. That would really be appreciative. So thank you. So I hope you make this cookie recipe. I think it's good anytime, especially if you want to think about summer and campfires and sitting on the back porch or on the driveway with your neighbors, whatever it is. Go ahead and make some s'more cookies. Till then, see you again at my little kitchen.